You know, have you got your phone with you? Somebody got your phone so you can go on the live and help me with the questions?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, that
maybe.
would help. Sending wishes from, oh, hi, Carol. I'm so glad you're on here. Young Heart, it's warm here in Montana, 28 degrees, after being 38 below zero. Oh no! And those I just met, I'm the one who visited on my e-bike. Oh, come back and see us. Did you find it?
No, not yet.
We are gathering here for our campfire tonight at Quartzsite. We're in Skadden Wash. We've been joined by as many as 33 butterflies in the last 2 nights. And everybody at Quartzsite was saying, "Where are the butterflies?" Just a minute, let me get I can get set up here. All right, my phone was not fully charged, so I had to bring a little portable charger over with me. Ooh, the sun's right behind me. Let me see if I can get my hat up there. There, it's not in your eyes now. Let's see. I'm not good at this, you guys. That's all right. We'll muddle through.
Okay, there we go.
You got it?
I'm on now.
Okay. Oh, Maria's here. Thank you, Maria. She's going to help moderate. So everybody be nice. Everybody's
Woo-hoo.
always nice. Nicer weather, 5 degrees plus wind in central Florida. Are you kidding? Oh, Illinois. Never mind. I'm sorry. I thought central Florida. I may be going back. What is that? It's my other phone telling me that it's 4 o'clock.
It's not a chair, but it'll work.
Yes, it will. Come on down. We'll get more as time goes on here. I think we have 2 more YouTubers that are going to be here. We're going to talk about YouTube and anything else y'all want to ask about out here in Quartzsite. I've really been enjoying it. I'm a Florida girl and I'm used to the humidity. So there's dryness. I don't know. I think I'm going to age. I'm going to age by about 10 years by the time I get back to Florida. I'm going to dry out like a prune. Oh, 30 degrees in, oh, the temperature will touch 30 degrees in Florida. I think it's going to be warming up on us as I'm coming back that way. And Mona's on her way here from this van life of mine. Hello from southern Arizona. We're in the middle of a winter storm. Oh, in Oregon. Bless your heart. The sun is beautiful. The sunsets here are just incredible.
They're fantastic.
Okay, I'm going to pass this around some. I want Danny to say hi. There you go, Danny. Tell them about
Hi.
yourself.
Hey, I'm Danny, and my channel is You and Me Living Free, and this is my 3rd time in Quartzsite. I traveled for a year and a half in my minivan, and now I'm back in Kansas City working a regular job, but I made it out here to Quartzsite, thank goodness, because I need the sunshine and I need to see my friends like Jan and just get a boost, just getting in the van just brings my mood up. I travel in a minivan, extremely no build except for my bed has it's made by 2x4s and plywood, so very, very simple. Have some crates and stuff, very low maintenance, very cheap, and just kind of travel in my minivan now until I can get a remote job and then go back on the road and come down to Florida and see Jan.
Well, my best hope is that this gives you a boost. I want to do a tour of your van. I'm hoping we can get to that in the morning or maybe tonight. I don't know.
Yeah.
And give your channel a boost so you can go full time again and we can travel together.
I would love that. Love that a ton. That's in the 5-year plan, really, is to, and if I need to, then I'll get Starlink and I'll get a remote job and I'll just do all that. Bless you.
Dust.
Bless you.
Dust.
The dust. Oh,
Dust.
the Florida girl is having some trouble here in the desert. I love it. I love it. I love it that there's no bugs, there's no insects,
like
there's no, I'm all about it. Okay, where do you want to go next?
Yes. One of the things that we want to talk about tonight is, pardon me for dabbing my eyes. I'm not sad, I promise. I'm happy as can be here. Not that I'm going to stay here. I'm still like green and fluffy. I'm on my way back to Florida soon. But We want to talk about YouTube and how it might apply to you, even if you don't ever want to have a public channel. There's a way of doing it private. It's totally free. I don't know why more people don't take advantage of it, really. Even if you never want anybody but your family and friends to see, or even just yourself. I don't know where they put it all, but it's free to do. We're going to go around and introduce people as people come over and gather around us. It's 4 o'clock here in the desert, and pardon me for dabbing my eyes. It's 4 o'clock here in Arizona, and I'm hoping, and its sun goes down pretty quick. Do you know?
5:30 or
5:30?
so, 5:40. Mm-hmm.
I didn't want this to be a particularly long live, but if we have to show a sunset, well, maybe we will. We had 33 women here in the last 2 nights around the campfire. I want to do a video on just getting here to QUARTZITE, the scenery along the way, and some of the things that we did as a caravan along the way. And so tell me about when you started your YouTube channel.
When I started my YouTube channel, it's funny that you say that, because that no one would have to see it or whatever. I did decide to make mine public and not keep it private, but I was looking at it as, if nothing else, if no one ever sees it, then me and my kids will have this
A legacy.
scrapbook
A legacy.
of all these videos. And instead of just pictures, I can talk to them, and I can, just share this with anybody who wants to. And so it was just this beautiful thing, and I thought, even if nothing else happens, that's amazing. That'll be perfect. And then, so I just started, and my whole thing is like, if I can do it, somebody else can too. I had no skills. I wasn't a big camper person. I wasn't a big hiking person. I wasn't a big outdoors person before the pandemic. And then the pandemic hit, and like a lot of people, my priorities changed. I had a whole new kind of view about nature, and this huge desire to see the Grand Canyon and to get out west and to be in the sunshine and be in nature. And I started, with looking for tiny houses, and then I was like, I found Bob Wells,
Yes.
and he totally changed my life. And I thought, wow, maybe I could do that. And then my minivan is so inexpensive. It was $3,400, and my build is nothing. It was very insignificant. So I just
simple
I
and
just started
easy.
sharing it, and I decided I was going to share no matter what. I wanted to do no makeup, van looking like crap, like the real side of van life. I didn't want some Instagram version, because I knew I would never make a video, because there's too much pressure, and there's too much, crap along with it, or pretending, or putting on your best face all the time. And I'm just like, if I'm going to do it, I'm just going to be me, and I'm just going to, if anybody likes it, that's icing on the cake. And I just started meeting some great people, and I have this total dream to do it full time, and it's like nothing else. And now I leave town, and I am in the van, and I'm just filled with joy, and I get to QUARTZITE, and it almost feels like a homecoming, and I get to see old friends, and it's amazing. And because this town is like is built for people like us.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here,
It's your
come, you can
people.
stay free. Everywhere you go, you can talk to your people. You're at the laundromat. I had laundry and a shower and a meal today, and it was like, I could be in heaven. Like, this is just exactly what I needed. From Kansas City gray winter out to here. So every bit of the YouTube thing is just about documenting kind of the journey and just sharing it to whatever extent. And then, since I am very into kind of that internal process and everything, I do a lot of talking,
Motivational. She's
on
very
here.
motivational. She motivated me. You know what? I loved watching you hike and struggle.
Yes.
Because I hike and struggle.
Yes.
So I really related to that. I mean, you could probably be my grandchild, but
Yes.
but still, you were struggling, and that was inspirational to me.
Yes, because who wants to see anybody
Oh,
who's
yeah,
just,
running
it's
up
just
the mountain.
easy and blah, 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 and here we go. And, no. But I want to do it anyway.
Sweating and just having a hard time.
Yes, that's what
That's me.
And if I get started talking on a subject, I'll go down a rabbit trail, like you can already see.
Go ahead.
But anyway, so that's
rabbits are coming
that's
out
the
here,
deal.
I'm sure.
But it's like the whole YouTube thing is really just sharing like the real version, and you can get the Instagram version on so many places.
Yeah,
But this is like the cheap, the real, the genuine. And my friend Sharon, we traveled a lot together, love Sharon to death. And it's like when I talk about Sharon, people know who I'm talking about, right?
Is she
And
here? Tell her to come over.
she is. She's back at the campsite.
Yeah, tell her to
But
come on down.
and then you go to RTR and then people recognize you from the channel and then they say, oh, that inspired me, or oh, I made my bed because your floor video or your bed video or whatever really was great or whatever. So yeah, I'm just so jazzed up and just happy to be here. Thanks for
motivation
having
here.
me, Jan.
So how long ago did you start your channel? Because you started way before I did.
Yeah, I mean, I started 2021. I think 2021. And I did a few little videos thinking, oh, well, no one will ever see it and it doesn't matter. And just to get myself used to the taking a video and stuff, because I'm totally technically challenged. I do everything on my phone, though, and it makes it super easy. But and then I bought my van in 2021 and I came out to here to see Bob, even though there was no RTR that year because of the pandemic. But I wanted to meet him so badly, and they were like, if you come, he will be at a table. And I waited in this long line and spent like 5 minutes just with Bob and his dog, and just was like, I was bawling like a baby. I'm just crying.
Starstruck, right?
I'm just crying. I'm like, you have no idea. You've changed my life. Like, how many people you look at in the eye and say, you changed my life?
Yes.
And he did. And for so many of us.
Yes.
That inspiration and all that good. So 2021, and I started it then, and then for a year and a half after I quit my job, made videos and stuff of everywhere I went. And now that I've been back at my job for a year, I haven't been making many videos. So now I'm gonna, I'm making them again. Yeah, now that I'm out here and all inspired and all jazzed up again.
You've still got the talking stick
yes.
here. And tell us about using your phone. You don't use a computer?
I don't use a computer at all.
That's good news.
I use my phone, and I always have enough. I either have Wi-Fi just at a Starbucks or something, or I have my 4G or whatever on my phone, and that is literally it. I have a program called InShot. There's a free version for editing. There's a free version. I pay $15 a year for my version. I edit everything right on here, and then I upload to YouTube right on my phone. I did have to kind of upgrade my phone because I had really low storage, and it was always this battle of how am I gonna keep deleting them, everything. But like Jan said, YouTube will just keep your videos forever, and you can just share a link with only people you want if you want to use it that way. So
it can be private.
It can be private. Just share it with your family, or just have it for yourself, or whatever. I have videos on mine now that are private, that are there for kind of posterity. I know I went through like a health scare and stuff, and some stuff I shared, other stuff I just recorded so that I could talk it out. And I didn't share publicly some of it, but I did it, and it was so cathartic, and it's so like, I love the YouTube. I use it almost as my therapist. I use it, I just am talking to one friend. And that one friend always gets it. Yeah. And that one friend is always there, and I can just pick it up and do that. And it really freaked me out, though, the first time I met someone like out, and they were like, oh, I know you from your channel. I was like, it's the strangest thing the first time it happens, because in my mind it's just me and hey,
nobody there.
That's
just
it.
Camera,
it really is just like one friend,
and talking on the phone.
Yes, and it sometimes it can be like embarrassing, people from that might have known me before. All my own hang-ups, I'm in a much bigger body now. I'm, all your stuff. Like, this is where I'm silly. This is where, like, in real life, like, I'm actually a professional in marketing and stuff. Like, and like the people who look,
right?
the people who watch my videos, I'm not afraid to be just vulnerable and silly and whatever, and not worry about that. Don't worry about someone if I'm last time I was doing a job search, I was like, oh crap, look at all this stuff I've got here. It's not exactly what I want to tell to my future employer, but then I was like, you know what, they'll get it or they won't, and they'll think I'm great or they won't.
What you did, the challenges you overcame, they should want you more. Like trekking up that hill.
Yeah. It's so true.
That's what I loved. I sure did. Oh, well, thanks a lot. You've been, as I said, you've been an inspiration to me. So I thank you for being here. And we met at Travel Grandma's
Yes.
meetup my first year out.
Yep.
She had a meetup, and there were several YouTubers there. Travel Grandma has a channel that you can go to, and I think that's it's Elaine is her name.
Elaine. Yep.
Yeah, and
She's not out here. I wanted to see her, but yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
come this year. I'm sure she'll be here again
Yep.
next year, and some of her people, I'm sure. Are here.
Yes.
But that's where we met, and how did we first connect? Well, I think I sent you I commented on some videos or something, didn't I?
Yeah.
Someone's asking what is her channel.
Oh, please.
Yeah, my channel is You and Me Living Free.
You and Me Living Free.
Yep.
And you can search for that on YouTube. And
Yep.
she's, like I said, she's very inspirational. You do a lot of shorts too, don't you?
I do a lot of shorts, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like them because I can just pick it up and do it. And I do shorts sometimes when I'm just back in Kansas City. I'm not even doing the traveling, so.
Motivational.
You
mostly.
know. Yeah, mostly, yeah.
Okay. Any others that you see? We're looking for your comments and questions.
Just people saying hi. Let's see. Hello, Jan, and those just met from RV Grandma, Charlotte. Talking about the weather. Everyone's so cold.
Oh, well, we're so warm here.
I know.
Sorry.
I kind of feel like I'm rubbing it in.
I
My kids will ask or
know.
whatever. I'm like, I'm so sorry,
Well,
but
that's
it's
one of the
65 and
freedoms we have,
sunny.
isn't it?
Oh.
Go where the weather's good.
Yeah, it's so
We
true.
have
Yeah.
someone watching from South Australia.
Hi, Australia. We have some subscribers in Australia, UK, all kinds of all over the world.
What's the weather in Australia?
Sorry for grabbing you. I hate it when people go like that. It's like, don't hit me, don't hit me.
Tell me how to pronounce your name.
Danny.
Danny.
Danny, someone, Carol Chalice says, Danny, you are such a positive light. Sorry I missed you in Quartzite.
Yes, she was here with us.
And then it was Wanda Hutchins that asked who the
Oops.
channel was. And then Nincompoopy Pondu says,
Sorry for. I hope y'all aren't getting sick from me
I
waving it
so
around.
Get it? Oh, it's summer in Australia.
Oh,
And that's Nincompoopy Pondu.
okay. We have another YouTuber here. We're going to go back and forth. This is Mona from This Van Life of Mine.
Hello.
Mona, tell them about your channel.
My channel, This Van Life of Mine, I started out as just documenting my travels for my grandkids. And I just wanted to leave them something that they could come back and say, that's my crazy grandma living in a van. And then I met Jan, and she did a tour of my van, and my subscribers went way up. And I thought, well, I could make some gas money doing this. So I travel the back roads mainly. I try to find free water, free places to stay, and free places to go and visit that are unique and different than what the norm is that everybody else goes and sees. And that's pretty much it. This is my first time in Quartzite. It's been a blast, and I have enjoyed it, and I've had several really nice surprises since
Yes,
I've
you
been
have.
here. One being that an associate of Bob Webb's came up and wants to tour my van, and we're going to do that at 10 o'clock in the morning here in the site. And then the second happened today. Me and Kim and Lynn were eating, and a lady walked up and tapped me on the shoulder, and she said, I sure do hate to intrude, but I just want you to know I love your channel.
Oh, isn't that great?
And that just made my day, and that was my first one.
Yeah.
And so when we got ready to leave, I went to her table and said, I'm so sorry to bug you, but I just want you to know you made my day. And
So how long have you been having your channel, and how long you been on the road? And you're full time.
I'm full-time. I have lived in my van full-time since 2021, November 2021. I continued to work, and then once I got free from that, I had to go to, I was on the road 2 days, and I got an emergency call, and I had to go help family member for 8 months, and so I started the channel, and I've been on the road full time since either March or April of last year. I can't even remember. It's just it's gone by so fast.
It's a blur,
and,
isn't it?
it's a blur, and things have happened so fast, and it's been great.
And by the way, your best van tour ever is coming out this Sunday on
Yes.
Butterfly Tracks.
My second van tour from Butterfly Tracks is coming out this Sunday. She did my first one at my very first meetup in New Hampshire, and I had 386 subscribers, and when you did my van tour, then it went up to 800 and something. So that point, that's when I thought, well, if I could get 1,000 subscribers, then I'm halfway there of the requirements to get monetized. And so
Well, she just needs some watch hours.
I
So
just
go
need some watch
subscribe to her
hours.
and Danny.
I'm at 3,046 watch hours, and I need 4,000 to be monetized.
You're getting
And
close.
I'll get there. We'll get there, and Jan's video is going to make it get there.
Yes, we hope so. We sure
And Bob
do.
Wells, but it probably won't come out for another year.
Yeah, this lady has power.
Yeah.
How
Yes.
many total, including your 4,000, right? How many watts of power do you have included?
I have a generator, and the reason I have the generator is I have had a heat stroke, and so I cannot get hot. So I thought if I could get an RV air conditioner put on top of my van, which I did, and I could carry a generator, and I wouldn't have to pay for a hookup. And so I have a little inverter generator that's 3,200 watt with a 4,000 watt surge, and I need 2,200 watts to start the AC, and then it runs on lower watts. So when I came out here to Quartzsite, I said, there's going to be some ladies out here who are going to need solar batteries charged because they're not driving and they don't have solar on their car. So that generator has had a workout at this camp up. Every evening we're charging up generators, and it's been a blessing. Thank you.
Yes.
It's been a blessing to help y'all. You're welcome, Ramona.
And we have such a great group of women here.
Yes.
Diane
yes.
has been taking our trash
Diane's
for
been
us,
taking our
collecting
trash.
it every day. I mean, yes.
Yes,
She's
it's
not
been-
here yet.
Yes.
She's been working at the RTR.
Yes.
So
it's
what
been-
advice do you have on YouTube
On
for people who
YouTube?
might want to do it, maybe even to make some money or just as a hobby?
I would, if you're traveling and you want to keep a memory and document something and film it, YouTube is the place to go. As they said earlier, you can make it private. You don't have to share it with everybody. But for me, I decided that I could supplement my income and gas money. If I could just make the gas money each month, that would help me a whole lot. And I intend on doing that.
Yes.
But just do it and be consistent. You're not going to make money if you're not consistent. If you put a video up 1 week and you skip 2 or 3 weeks, you're not. The algorithm is not going to like you.
That's right.
So Jan taught me a trick that I can schedule videos, and when she did that, I took off. I'm scheduled with videos through February right now.
I'm so jealous.
So I can come to.
What does that mean?
It means that I can go ahead and upload my video and pick a date and a time that I want it to come out.
To
Get
publish.
out.
No,
So,
you can
you can
have a
schedule
month schedule, so you don't
Yes.
have to be under the pressure that I put myself under.
Yeah, so like the procrastinators
Yes.
that wait till the last minute,
Yes.
that would drive me nuts. And so
It does. It drives me nuts
if
too.
if I have a rainy day that I'm not traveling, I'll edit 2 videos. I'll go to McDonald's, get a small caramel frappe, use their free Wi-Fi, schedule them, upload them,
Plug
and
in
schedule
too,
them.
right?
Yeah, so I took the whole month of October off trying to get my new van bill done that Jan has done the tour of, and will be showing this coming Sunday. But I took the whole month of October off, and I could because I had all the
You had it all
videos
scheduled, yeah.
And we had
Oh.
somebody show up with some wood here at the campfire.
Yeah, more firewood.
Firewood,
Yay.
firewood. Anything else?
Didn't we have any questions for her?
Hold on.
Or
I'm
for either
sorry.
of them? Or anybody?
Any
I got
questions?
excited. All right, let's see.
How's my battery?
Earlier,
How's my battery?
Someone said that they just found Danny's channel.
I
That
can't
was
see
from
it.
earlier. Randbell said, I thought that was Mona.
She was a-
And someone's asking, how are your dogs enjoying Quartzite?
Yes. Well, there is little Miss Coco. I don't know. See if I can get her in the shot. Come here, Coco.
Of course, ain't. She don't want to be a star.
Nope, she doesn't want to be a star, and I can't turn her. I can't
Here's
see if I'm
Milo.
getting her.
Here's Milo.
There's
Here's an I'll
Milo.
kiss the phone. He's like,
Lynn, introduce
Hi.
yourself and tell us about your channel.
Well, hey, my name's Lynn, and my channel is Milo, Otis, and Me. I'm really new at it. I just kind of post videos, again, for my grandkids to see what I'm doing and to document my travels and my journey through this whole thing. I started out just doing camping and really love it, and then I decided that I'm going to go full time. It's probably not going to be until September of this year, but I've got a plan in place to get a bigger rig and have it built out and be on the road and just live my best life. Me and my dog. Can't get better than that. And I'm having so much fun. These ladies here are amazing. Every one of them is so kind and helpful and generous. It is. It's true.
It's a real heart connection
It
right
is.
away, isn't it?
Yeah, and you connect with some people. Some people you connect more, and others little. But it's amazing. It's just amazing. I just can't imagine my life not doing this.
Right.
So
And
that's my
what's
story.
your channel?
Milo, Otis, and Me, all one word.
She has a cute
Yeah,
little
Milo,
hand.
Otis, and Me. So I put videos up of Milo.
Did you
and
get his?
just-
Did his face get in there? Because that's a beautiful face right there. I can't
Where's
say
your
hi,
face,
Milo?
Milo? There's Milo.
That's how our
Turning
dogs
his
are doing.
face
They're having a
away.
good
he sees
time.
Mimi.
Yeah.
He sees
It's
Mimi.
Mimi.
Mimi don't
There
have
you
nothing,
go,
baby.
Jan.
Here's my
Thank
phone.
you.
Okay.
Here's my phone.
All right. Do you use a computer?
I do not. I just use my phone. I
You
don't
just
have a
upload
computer.
directly.
So I'm going to learn how to do I'm working full time right now.
I don't know
so
if you're in the shot or
I
not.
think
can't
I
see.
am.
Okay.
I think because there's too many words, people popping up and
Okay.
saying stuff.
Yeah. Good.
But I don't edit or anything yet.
Uh-huh.
When I leave my full time job and can dedicate
really
myself
get
to
into
doing it. and-
But you can follow her up until then, though.
yes, yep. I'm
She's got
still.
the cutest little van.
I post stuff
and
all
the cutest
time.
little dog.
And I use a laptop. I
Me too.
transfer from my phone to the laptop, and I edit with Wondershare, Fillmore Wondershare,
Mhm.
and I use Epidemic Sound for the
Me
music.
too. Epidemic
Yeah.
Sound. I love that. Yeah.
And then on my laptop, then I transfer it to, I don't know what you call that thing, but therefore I can delete it off my laptop, but still save it in
the
my...
cloud.
No,
No,
it's not a
memory
cloud.
card.
It's
It's like
a
a memory-
portable. It's a portable one, like a, what is
A
those
memory
things
bank,
called?
isn't it?
I don't know, but I have a question for you when you figure it out.
Okay.
Go ahead with
Give
your
up on
question.
What you got?
That's Ramona. We've done a couple of van tours on her. We'll probably do some more. That's
Hi,
Ramona. I think I
everyone.
got her in the shot.
So living sensibly, I like that CENTSIBLY, sensibly today. How does Mona find the roads off the beaten track?
Do
Here,
I have,
hold, so you can get your shot in there.
do I have to give up my secrets?
You know, I read that wrong. Like, I'm wondering if they mean, are you liking them? I'm from the South. When we say, how are you liking, how are you finding, we mean,
How do you find it?
How do you find
like,
How do you,
how
what's
do you
your
like it?
opinion of it?
So I'm not sure what they're asking.
I'll just tell them what I want them to hear.
There you go.
No, seriously. I just put in my Google Maps. I'll pick me an end destination. Like when I left New York, I knew I wanted to go to Maine. So I just looked at the map. I picked Lubec, Maine, and I put it as my end destination. I put it in Google Maps as no highways. And then I avoid highways, and I just do the back roads. And then I use Atlas Obscure to find the odd, unique things to see. And I might backtrack 20 miles. I may come across something and say, oh, I want to go see that, and it's going the wrong way, but I'll turn around and go the wrong way just to go see it because I've got nothing else to do.
So there is
There you
no
go.
wrong way.
There is no wrong way. Yeah, you just go where you want to go, when you want to go. If you want to backtrack 20 miles, backtrack it. You don't have to be anywhere anytime when you're full time.
Man
And,
Travel 411 is loving the pups.
Oh, yes. Milo's my buddy. Can you see him? Hello. Hello. I don't know if they can see him. There he is. Hey, Milo.
You ladies get a chance, of course. All of y'all read the comments on your own because there's lots.
Yes,
of pies and-
we'll read the comments once we're done.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if any of you YouTubers here have figured out how to get the chat to show up on replay.
You have to wait. Yes, there is a thing you choose
Okay, before it comes up.
before it comes up.
Oh.
But after, you have to wait. I think it is 24 hours or so for them to show up.
Okay, but you still have to choose it before.
Will it
Yeah.
show up automatically 24 hours later?
I think they do.
Okay, yeah, if you choose
If
it
you
first.
choose.
But I haven't been doing that. And I just need to pass it over there to Evelyn to say hi.
There's Evelyn.
Oh.
Tell them about
Hi
your
there.
van tour. My gosh, I think that's my biggest video. It's well over 800,000 views.
Oh, wow. Can you imagine?
800,000. It's what, been 2 months or something?
You are a superstar.
Since October, yes, I did it in October. And I've got to say, since that, I've had another birthday, so I'm 79 years old.
Wow.
So there is really no age to doing this.
Yes, right.
This is my first really long trip with Jan. I met her in Maine, and that's where we did that van tour and did the whole, along the coast. But I stopped at the bottom of Maine because I live in right Massachusetts. So I was like, I'm not going down to Florida, then coming back up, and then going back.
Yeah.
But this time, I left Massachusetts. So I've been like 5,000 miles to come out to QUARTZITE for the very first time and just enjoying every moment and meeting so many wonderful, wonderful gals. And I'll tell you, they are all ages.
Yes.
And you can't tell. I mean, close your eyes, you're talking to a friend,
Yes.
and it's just been such an eye-opener. So I am very excited to be here and continue. So I still have some little bit of the west left. So I'm going all the way, can do all the way to where it stops on the coast of California. And then I'll bounce from there and head all the way back. So yeah, it's been amazing.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And everybody's always asking, where is Evelyn's YouTube channel?
Oh,
And
wait a
have,
minute.
oh yeah,
I'll say one thing. With Jan, if anybody wants to do a van tour, make sure you get some hot pink,
sure.
shirt, sweatshirt, whatnot, because that made it.
I think that's what made the 800,000, the hot pink shirt.
And something else, she's got her stickers now, but I carry some cards right here, because I am always being asked, what's that hat about? So I just pass them along.
That's a really good idea. Evan.
You are adorable. That's for sure. And we have another guest here. I'm going to plug the phone in because we don't want to run out of battery because we got to get everybody in. I know this is probably making you dizzy, but I'm going to pass this down to Adriana.
Just without anesthesia. Hi, what am I supposed to
You
say?
tell us about your YouTube channel. She came in a little late doing this, and tell them who you are and about your channel.
And the
All
funny
about
thing
your
is, I knew you were live, so I was in my van trying not to bother you.
channel.
That is why I'm late.
No.
Eventually, she says, why don't we go there and see what they're doing? Okay, let's go.
You're a guest. You are a guest on
Thank
the
you.
live.
Thank you. You're such a genius. Yes, my name is Adriana. My channel is ManyRoads, no rules. Because I don't want anybody else to ever tell me ever again, you have to be there at 3 p.m.
Yes.
I will get there whenever I want to get there. So no rules. And so I try to live, compensate for the so many decades of living by someone else's rules. And so now I can go there or anywhere by my own rules. So kind of. Now I adopted a puppy and she sets the rules. So
What's your puppy's name?
Lua,
Lua.
which in Portuguese means moon.
And
Mong,
I'm so
mong.
glad I get a chance to tell you too. I love your channel.
Oh.
I watch,
Oh,
It's
thank you.
I put her on and then I'm just like most of you. I just put y'all on, and then I just let it run while I do my chores.
Well, because I do have that voice that puts
Yeah.
everybody to sleep.
No,
Yes.
you don't put me to sleep. It's like having a friend talk to you while you're just hanging out.
And do you make comments?
I do.
What's your handle?
Ramona Rambles.
Of course I do know you. Hi,
Because
baby.
she rambles.
Well,
Answer my flash drive. Somebody answered mine.
Oh, okay,
I
flash
threw
drive.
it onto a flash drive.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
I couldn't
So-
come up with it.
So how long have you had your channel?
almost 2.5 years. Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
And I started my channel because my children, my two oldest ones, they thought I had gone bananas.
Yes, everybody's family.
You are going to be homeless and you are going to live on the road. Can't you afford that rent? Yeah.
Yeah, it's an anchor.
And I started a YouTube channel so they can see that I still exist, that I am getting to know all these amazing people on the road, making friends, having amazing adventures, and now they like it. And they go for. I remember one day I was camping right at the beginning of the Golden Gate Bridge. And so I showed my son, and he says, "Mom, do you understand people pay hundreds of dollars for a hotel room with that view?" So why my channel exists. Yeah,
Is it
I think
coming back?
I can
said your
see
life.
me. Oh, yeah. Hi.
We may come and go because after all we are in
We're in the middle of the
desert.
desert, and the only thing around us is tarantulas and scorpions.
Yes, and a wonderful, lovely ladies.
Of course. This is a viewer we have in common.
Uh-huh.
How do you start them?
How do you start it? You know, it's been a long time since I did it, but you
Here.
go to your you.
Run with
I think what you do, if I remember right, how I learned computers was to just keep poking around on things, and eventually some drop down will come up with a sound less, and I just keep poking around till I find it. So probably you go to your account, and probably for myself, my icon is a butterfly. For you, it may be your initial. And you get to your account and there's a drop down, and I don't know. Anybody remember how you started it?
And you make one video. Make one.
Yeah.
Just make one video,
Telling
yeah.
your story.
Mm-hmm.
I am this, and here I am.
Uploads.
Well, you will have the possibility. It says on the top right corner, it says create, and if you click on there, it says upload a video,
Yes.
and you just upload it
Or go live.
or go live.
So
and
in
you do this.
in addition to the YouTube app, there's an app called YouTube Studio.
Yes.
And so you go into YouTube Studio, and that's where you can do plus
can
to
start
create,
it.
or you can just record it on your phone, and then you can upload it through
YouTube Studio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Without even editing, really.
Right, you could.
can.
Your first one, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Just talk to the phone.
Yes,
We do it
yes.
all the time. Not that hard, right?
Right.
But
Isn't-
for example, today I watched one video of this super nice lady. She says, "This is my intro, and this is me, and this is my story. We are going to talk about mental health. Apparently, she does have something, and we are going to talk about this and this and that." She posted it, and now she has thousands of views, and the video went up. First video. 2
First
days
video.
ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you
So-
never know when it's going to happen.
Yeah, and so it doesn't.
Oops. It's all right. I think it's probably pretty charged right now.
It doesn't always happen that way. Some people get monetized overnight because they have a viral video. I have yet to have a viral video, but I'm like 900 away from being monetized in less than about 9 months, I guess. So, but I'm still looking for that viral video that I can. Huh?
Takes time.
TikTok?
Takes time.
Oh yes, it takes time. Some people get lucky and get that one video the first time. You know, you just don't know. But you can't get discouraged, and you can't quit if it's something that you really want to do.
And that's what I think that's a determining factor whether you'll be successful or not. If it's something people will know if you are
Yes.
not even determined, but if it's a dream of yours, people will know.
Yes.
Laura, Laura and Donovan are asking, and y'all may have already said, what is the YouTube channel of the lovely lady from Massachusetts on her way to the West Coast?
Milo, Otis, and me.
No, I think
Maine
they're
or
talking about
Massachusetts?
Evelyn.
Are they talking to Evelyn? Okay,
I keep
Evelyn.
talking to
Evelyn.
No, that pink sweatshirt really got me in a lot of trouble here. No, I'm just enjoying life. I've got to the age and I've got the freedom, and there's no chains, there's no nothing. So these ladies that do this, they work at it. I mean, it is a pleasure for them to do it, and they love the traveling. And I do too, but I want it with no strings.
Yes, good for you. The total freedom. I'll tell you what, she's going to camp with us again, and I'll keep putting her on my channel if that helps any. Yeah, Ramona.
So, y'all let me know before you do this because I need to be prepared. But just Judy says, I think the whole group of you should just moon the camera, and I bet you'll go viral instantly.
Yes, that's probably, you know, the picture of the big Sprinter van with the back doors open to beautiful scenery, and she's laying on her stomach with a butt floss bathing suit. That's not happening probably with any of us. Yeah, crocheter, the butt floss. No, that's not happening with us.
We don't necessarily need that following while we're camping.
No, not at all. Hi, come on down. Our circle is growing.
Butterfly people, are
Yes, we are butterflies. You found us. Bring a chair. We're doing a live.
Laura and Donovan now said,
You're live on YouTube. Come on down. Bring a chair. Moon, moon, moon. They're voting for us all moon.
And she said, we're over in Scott and Morris, and I said, where's that? And she told me, and so I kind of looked it up, and she said, just look for a really funny looking cactus. I did.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. And I turned, and here I am.
And here you are. Yay. Got more coming in.
I'm sure someone.
Jan, how long have you been doing your site?
How long have I been doing mine? I sold my home in December of 2021, and I had already bought my minivan because I had been shopping, of course. I thought I was going to get a Class B. I went to go buy one, and I was having a bad hip day, and I couldn't get in. So this isn't really going to work for me, a Class B van. I was going to buy one. So I thought I was checking out people that had minivans, and all you got to do is just sit down. Gas mileage is better. You're driving a Bullet instead of a Sail in those winds. I kind of like that part. And I've got everything I need there. And when I unloaded everything in my minivan into that box truck recently, U-Haul box truck, when I had that mouse damage, it was amazing how much was in there. And that's standing up in your vehicle. Come on now, guys, that's just way overrated. Because yeah, I was in that box truck, and I had to walk around to get things. The same things that were in my minivan that I can just reach over and get. What's the point of standing up? I mean, let's say I put a high top on my minivan, so I got a space about 1 foot by 2 feet by 3 feet at the very most that I could walk around in. How many steps are you going to take in 3 feet at the most? That's silly. That's silly. Besides, when we go to RV parks, those people in those RVs are sitting in there watching TV and enjoying their central heat and air. The same thing they could have done at home before they drove that building to the campsite. So I am very much, my minivan allows me to go as far as I want to go. It gives me the freedom to go anywhere I want to go, because I don't have to park way off. I can park in front of any store in America if they have a parking spot there. So I think a minivan, at least for me, gives me freedom, so much cheaper on gas, and I enjoy it very much. It's like driving a luxury car instead of wrestling with a big rig.
But there are those of us who are handicapped, like my back and neck are so severe, I can't do the lane,
Yeah, oh, there are circumstances. It's not.
My high top has been a savior.
Yeah, oh, sure.
But I have a small van.
Mm-hmm. I have, yeah, there are lots of people this wouldn't work for, and that's fine. Gosh, whatever you got, just as long as you can get out and get your freedom. That's it, exactly. Well, I have figured out not to get in on my knees, and I hope to demonstrate that when I finally get around to my van tour. But I got from the box truck to my minivan the day before we did the 9-day drive here. So if you can imagine, throwing everything in there, taking off the next day, I still haven't really had time to. I contact FEMA and say if they can help me with my van. It's a total disaster there still, but I'm looking forward to that. I have some other van tours lined up, and so you have that to look forward to for sure. And I think just the road trip here is going to be something people should see. It may come out after the Arkies R is over, but there's a lot of beautiful scenery on the way here, and our camaraderie and what we did on our rolling meetup. So.
Someone has asked, Paolo Delgado is asking, when are you coming to visit Boston?
Boston. I drove right by Boston this over our summer trip when we came down Route 1, so it won't be too soon. My summer trip, my winter trip, the rest of my winter will be all around Florida, looking for the best weather. Green and fluffy and best weather. And then in the summer, I'm looking for nice, cool places, high elevations, way up north. So I'm going to be going to places like Utah and Idaho and South Dakota and all of those. I don't know. I've heard of the Midwest, but I haven't heard. What do you call that? Upper Midwest?
Mhm.
Way up there.
Yeah.
Way up there. That's where I'm going. So, yeah, way up there, where it's nice and cool. And excuse me, if they're having a heat wave, I will find myself a mountaintop, and I know I'll be cool there. Because I have to make sure that Coco gets to wear a sweater every night. I don't want her getting too hot. In fact, I met women in my first summer. I met quite a few women who were in the mountaintops camping because they had pets. Really. You know, we had 40-degree nights in July in a few places at 8,500 feet. And that's very popular. Do we have anybody that's joined us recently that has a YouTube channel at all, even a small one? Any questions about YouTube? Somebody say Jan? Okay.
What's your best advice for somebody getting ready to start one?
Getting ready to start one. Well, you don't have to have a lot of equipment. That's good news. I have a phone. That's it. I don't even use a microphone. I should probably. I do have a rinky-dink little tripod, which last time I tried to use it, the wind blew over as I was filming, and I used it. Oh, we're live again. Sorry about dipping off and on here. Just Judy says driving her Mercedes Sprinter is like driving a Cadillac. Yes, if you can get into it. On a bad hip day, I can't climb in. So it wouldn't matter if it was a dream machine. I still can't do it.
I would say honestly, for
Here you
anybody
go.
who
Go ahead.
for anybody who is thinking about starting, to just start. I know so many people who want to start, thought about starting, trying to line things up before they start. That is particularly bad. Oh, baby. Anyway, thinking about starting, and then it's a year later, and then
It's
they haven't
2
started
years, and
because
that's
because
true, that's right.
because they're hung up on maybe the way they look, or maybe the way they sound, or maybe the way they're editing, or not able to, or whatever. Just, I say, and this is a quote from like Arthur Ashe, which is one of my favorites of all time, and I hope I'll just get it right, even though it's really simple, is start where you are. Use what you have, do what you can. So it's just start. That's the best way, is just start. That's all I would say.
Yeah. And you don't have to go all the way across the country. You know, start small. Yeah, people, when I said I was just going to take off and I hadn't even slept one night in my minivan, I think people thought I was crazy, but I had done it so many times in my mind that it was like I had done it for a year. In my mind, I just took off. I so admire anyone who does this with anxiety. I really do, because those are the brave ones. Don't call me brave. I had no fear. I just like spread my wings and just took off. It was just awesome. So no, the ones who start with some anxiety, those are the ones that are brave. You didn't have anxiety, did you?
No, not really. I mean, there have been, there's always
Oh,
times when
moments.
we get
Moments.
nervous and I was actually, when I started coming back on the road, I was having some anxiety and I was like, where's this coming from? It was kind of, because I was out of the habit of it and everything and had
Yeah.
to kind of work through some things. And then mountain driving has always been a fear of mine and fear of heights and stuff. And that stuff I work through
Yeah.
and have gotten a lot better.
Your nomadic muscle neaded to be
That's right.
worked again.
That's right.
To pass this on to Adriana. So, did you have any fears when you started out?
Well, I understand your point about spreading your wings and flying, because I usually do that. I usually start running without opening my eyes. So then when I feel the wall, I go like, ooh, I think I shouldn't have done this. So all of my life has been like that. I just jump in the pool because I have this analogy. When it's an okay day and some people are inside of the swimming pool and they tell you, "Oh, come in. The water is fantastic." And you go with your little toe and you dip your toe and you feel it's cold, and so you go back. You don't go in there because it's cold. If instead you jump in, when you come up, you go like, this is wonderful, it's cheap. Start with whatever you have. Start with not too many things. You don't need a heater, a solar panel, and a battery, a charger.
Yes,
Uh,
you can find things that are non-perishable, right?
I met this lady, I go like, the question we always make, where do you pee?
Yes.
She doesn't even have 5 years on the road. She doesn't have a bathroom. She says there are bathrooms everywhere.
How's your bladder? Oh, the bathrooms everywhere. Okay,
Exactly.
good. Thank you
And
for
if
explaining that.
if the bladder is about to collapse, she always finds a tree or something.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So you start with whatever you have. Try it for a weekend in a park near your place. Just see if you like it, and then you allow yourself to grow, to expand on that.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Exactly. Coming around. Mona, what advice do you have for beginners?
Oh, my goodness. Just get out there and do it. I know the first day that I left on the road, I was fine on the road. When I got to my first place that I was going to stop for the night, it was still daylight. I put all the blackout curtains up and I would peek out the curtains to see who was watching me. And I realized after a couple of weeks or so that 99% of the people don't even notice.
They don't know you're
They
there at
don't
all,
even
let
know
alone
you're
care.
there. They don't care. You have maybe 1% who is completely aware of their surroundings. Everybody else is on their cell
And
phones.
that
They have
person
no.
doesn't care either.
Yeah, they don't care. Nobody cares. To just and I'm not stealth. I have horses all over my van. I have the RV air conditioner and the solar panel and the Max Air fan, and I'm not stealth at all. I think I personally like knowing that I'm in there, but that maybe I'm a little safer feeling
Yes.
that way. But my advice is, faith is when you step out on nothing and you believe something is there. Just step out and everything will be okay.
Yep. Step off and let God grow a tree under
I
you.
think she has a question over here.
Did you have a question?
Well, one of the things I wanted to mention is you mentioned about anxiety. There's a lot of people out there that are disabled, myself included. I have a spinal disorder and a shunt in there. I've had 8 back surgeries, 2 neck surgeries, 4 knee replacements. And so that was holding me back from doing this. I was terrified. But I want to say for those who are, you can do it. I've got CBD cream, I've got CBD vape, I've got, what I need. I rest when I need to. If I'm driving, I'm hurting so bad, I stop, pull over, because I also deal with chronic pain. But I think people that have disabilities like that need to know they can do this.
Right. And on that note, I'd like to say that I am not trying to recruit people into this lifestyle.
That's right.
You'll know whether you want to do it or not. Don't do it if you don't want to do it. I can't advise you if you say you've discovered on your disabilities what works for you. I have disabilities, not major, minor walking issues occasionally, but I've discovered what works for me. A big tall van to climb into is not working for me, and a minivan works perfect. So you find what works for you, but only do it if this is a deep desire. And the way to find that out is not just to try it once. Like Adriana said, it's not just to dip your toe in once or twice, but, do it a few times. Go with a group. Find a meetup somewhere or a caravan and go with some other. If you're a woman, go with where the women are. If you're couples, go find that, or find people that have your interests, same interest. And I think that's where you'll find your courage.
But I have a question for you.
Okay.
How unsafe do you feel on the road?
Never. I'll tell you what. I was in the Gainesville area before I took off, and nothing can happen to me here that could not have happened to me in Gainesville, Florida. Unless I stayed in a closet with all the doors locked and a gun in each hand. Even then, I always say, these vehicles around here, let me see if I can just kind of pan around a little bit. See all those vehicles out there? No matter what it is, and maybe even particularly with minivans, they say, sorry about the swinging around there, sorry about that. Those are meant and studied and engineered to, especially the minivans, but all of these vehicles are made to, at least to some degree, withstand a crash on the highway, right? So let's take a scenario. Let's say a minivan crashes into just an average home, or say just an average apartment building, and someone's standing on the other side of that wall. Their chances of survival are not real great. But the person in that minivan may not even get a scratch on them, because that's the way they're built. And I'll tell you something else. Anybody breaks that window, now an apartment or a house, most of them are built to where if you just kind of tap it a little bit, it's going to go plink and disappear. It's just going to shatter. But if you've ever seen people trying to break into a vehicle, it's going to take them a minute. And by the time their arm gets in there, I'm going to have something in my hand to where their arm is not coming out the same way it went in.
Or you started driving?
Or I start driving. But one way I will use my this right here, and this is a safety tip, around my neck. I will use the panic button on this thing. This is the most important equipment that I have in my possession. That right there, that's the most important thing you own if you're just camping or you're on the road. The most important thing, because without this, all these rigs around here, if you don't have the key to them, it's useless to you. And if you don't have your key, wherever you keep it, a pocket or a purse, if you don't have your key, then chances are you don't have your phone either. So say it's nighttime or daytime, I don't care, but especially nighttime. What are you going to do if you're locked out? You're going to sleep on the ground? You're going to break your own window? You're going to go up to a stranger and knock on their door? Give them the knock? What are you going to do if you don't have your phone? So this is it's not very expensive either. I have trained myself not to even exit my minivan without that around my neck. And my way of doing that is I do not open it by touching the door. I open the door only by this. It's my habit, because that way I can't open the door until I have this around my neck. Mona.
So I have a question, and others who are thinking about YouTube channels may have the same question. So can y'all talk about how you deal with the aspect of managing other people's emotions? the trolls, the negative Nellies,
Yeah, I want to hear from everybody.
Yeah, I'd like to hear how y'all all deal with that, because that's one of the things that stops me, because I just
You don't want to deal with it.
No,
Yeah.
I managed emotions for a living. I do not want to do it in retirement.
That's a
good question.
So,
Well, these are not, well, go ahead. You tell us this is Mona.
Well, so far I've only had one, and I had put a title up that said abandoned downtown city or town, and he come back with that it was clickbait because there was too many mode yards for it to be abandoned. And I said, no, read the title. It says abandoned downtown. The outside of the town was still lived in. And he said, well, I still think it's clickbait, and I'm going to give you a thumbs down on every one of your videos, and out of spite is what he said. And I just wrote back and I said, it's a free country. You can do whatever you want to do. Have a great day.
Yeah. I just had I've had so few. The YouTube will toss them into review before you publish them, and it's always empty. In fact, the only ones I've had to approve in there have been good ones, and I don't know why they throw them in there. I couldn't even see why.
Sometimes because they put a number
Yeah.
or a website.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a link. Yeah.
It's filtered.
Or
Well, I just
repeat.
had.
You know, if somebody replies, I've had some to go in because they replied too many times or something.
Okay. I did have one on Evelyn's video not long ago. Well, it wasn't really that negative. And it was a man who said, aren't you afraid of all those people that are something about coming and breaking in and steal your car? And my answer was, no. And sometimes people will say, I don't know, something kind of off the wall. It's never been truly mean, I don't think. And I just say, okay. And then I hit send. That's it. Okay. Or once, I did say one time, I don't remember what it was, but it was like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
That's a good question.
Yeah, because, and I'm sure you're having a bad day. And I made a friend with one of them. She's now, because she was having a bad day. And she answered, and I said, anything I can do, to give you encouragement or information, so we're friends now. I've seen her at some of our meetups, so it's endearing when that happens.
That's the perfect point, is what I was going to say, is anyone who does leave a negative comment, and I get very, very few, anybody who does, number one, they're helping my algorithm.
Yes.
Number two, the compassion comes out, because if you're having a bad enough day to try to shoot on somebody else's parade, then that's a really sad thing. So I will put hearts, or sometimes if they're being really snarky or something, I'll put an LOL, or I'll put a thank you. And that's it. That's it, because they're having a bad day, and they're helping the algorithm. So love ya.
And you also can hide them from the channel.
Yes.
They won't even know that they've been hidden.
Yes.
So that's a little secret we've got.
Yes. Did you want to?
Yeah. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead and then come back.
Yeah, I was going to say that I have had more than one stalker.
Oh.
You could call them stalkers. Actually, they are very lonely people
Yes.
in the end.
Have a life.
So I choose to become friends with them. Of course, we are never going to meet in person, but I always make sure when I respond to their comments, to anybody's comments, I try to connect at a personal level. So, are you a nomad too? Are you planning on becoming a nomad? I strike the conversation, and then we become friends, as you said. We become friends, and so there is no emotional anything, there is no component of fear. In the end, we're all humans.
Yeah.
And I only got one comment recently, WTF this? And I said, oh, glad you liked it. Never again.
No.
So, because we are all humans.
Yes, we are. We have good days and bad days. And Mona had a comment.
Oh, I was just going to say that sometimes when you get a snarky comment, I'll write this big long thing out and then delete it. And most of the time, I'll just
Yeah. So you get it out of your
yes,
system, right?
yeah, get it out of my system and delete it. But I know one time I had wrote, yeah, and one time I wrote, "Are you having a bad day, or were you born miserable?"
Yeah.
And then I erase it and say something nice, but
Yeah.
but that got it off of my chest. you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I did that a lot when I was going through my divorce.
This
I
way.
said I did that when I was going through my divorce. thing I really wanted to send, and then I would delete it and write the thing that I would be happy to hear in court out loud.
Good for you. Good for you. Well, you know, the sun is not going down yet, but it's still getting kind of pretty out there. Oh, the sunset's going to be beautiful because we've got just enough clouds to make it amazing tonight. So maybe we can hang out that long. You don't have to stay if you don't want to. But any of you who would like to would go ahead and go back and put a like on this video would be nice. Okay, a question?
The question is, what is the smallest and biggest vehicle present of you ladies that are there? She says, I want a vehicle that I can stand up in, but I'm not quite 5 foot anyway. Wanda Hutchins, wanting to know what's the biggest we have here and the smallest.
Okay, who's got the biggest rig? That's a big one there.
That's a Class C.
There we have a Class C. I think, I don't know if I can get it in the shot. We have a lot of minivans. We have
We got a
some,
Prius.
we have road trucks.
We have a Prius. Back behind that one, there's a Prius.
A Prius back there. We have quite a few minivans and these Class Bs,
Some
various
cargo vans,
sizes,
cargo vans.
cargo vans. There's another Class C, and there's a bunch. Oh, we have this really interesting over here that belongs to Winter. I hope you can see that little gypsy van on the back of a truck. I think it was she built it herself. She had it built. Sure. Yes, please. Do you have a YouTube channel?
I do not.
Okay.
But I just
Would you like
started,
to hold it and see your face?
Okay, I just started traveling in March, and I've been thinking about it for about 7 or 8 years. But when I got divorced, I thought, why spend $3,000 a month for rent when my kids visited me 8 times last year? I mean, 8 days of the entire year. And so I thought, I'm thinking about living in my van. And so what I did last year on the coldest day of the year, I got my camp cot. I folded down the chairs in the back. I put it in the back, and I got a couple sleeping bags, and I just slept in there in my own driveway for the night. And then I was able to hold it and not have to use a bathroom. I was able to be warm, and I was surprised how warm my van was without any heating, anything. And then in the summer, when it was the hottest day of the summer, I slept in it then as well. And then I thought, okay, I've done the hottest day and the coldest day, and I survived. I think I can be okay. And so then I thought, well, what did I learn and what would I want on the hottest and coldest day? And that's what I picked out of my house before I gave everything else away and put a few things in some pods and started out. And
So you're full-time?
I'm full-time,
Yay.
and I've just been driving all over the place, and I didn't have a place that I was going to. I knew what I was looking for, but I needed to find out where it was legal because I wanted to build a tiny house community, and it wasn't legal in Idaho. So just looking for where it's legal and seeing if I like the people and if I like the area. And so I have met so many really, really great people. And as I'm driving, I like to sleep at the Love's truck stops because they have car parking for people that are traveling in their vehicles, and they have the truck parking. And I have never once felt scared at a Love's truck stop. And I just got a button that says, I sleep with truckers.
Yeah, I have to tell you about my first truck stop experience. When I first started, I was just hanging out in Florida. I hadn't started my YouTube channel yet, but I was hanging out in Florida till winter went away. And I went to a Cracker Barrel, and I wasn't seeing any other vehicles there for the night, so I was getting suspicious, and I saw this guy walking around. And by the second time he came around, I took a closer look. He had on a bulletproof vest, and in his pocket, I'm very familiar with stun guns, and he had a stun gun armed in his pocket. You could see the red light. So the third time he came around, a sheriff had already parked beside me, facing toward the parking lot, so that, like they were surveilling. And but right before they came around, he came around the third time, and I took a picture of him after he walked by so he wouldn't see me. I didn't see him again after that, but I took that picture over to the sheriff and told her about it, showed her the picture, and she said, we know who he is. So apparently they'd been kind of looking for him, and that's why she was there. So I don't know what happened after that. She said, you shouldn't sleep here tonight, which is unusual for Cracker Barrel because of the neighborhood and the situation. So I said, well, I'm kind of new to this and I don't really know where to go. And I didn't know about iOverlander yet. I didn't have a plan B and C yet. I was too new. And she said, go up to the Love's truck stop. She told me how to get there. And she said, go talk to the manager. So I did. I went to the Love's truck stop and talked to the manager. And I said, the sheriff told me this was a safe place to stay. So he gave me his card and put his personal cell phone number on the card, said he would be there all night to call him if I got nervous. So I love Loves.
Wow.
I was going to say something else, but I got distracted on that story. Don't we do that? This is why I don't just sit and talk to the camera very often. I think I was going to talk about
Saying that she needed to start a YouTube channel.
which one? Oh, yes, you do, my dear. You do. And it's easy for everyone to do. That's one of our subjects for tonight, is starting a YouTube channel, that it doesn't take much to do it.
Why? Teach me, right? I mean, why? You guys are doing such a great job. I'm just loving watching you.
Oh, thank you. Well, for yourself, you don't have to make it public. For yourself, as like an album of your travels, for your family, as your legacy out there, you can make it completely private and send a link to, and you don't have to have any comments because no one will see it except the people that you send it to. And you can do like Dani does. You do yours on your phone. These two have a monetized channel where they just record like I'm doing right now, then they hit upload and up it goes and you're done. You can do the scenery or just talk to it, either way.
And I know some YouTubers that film something and upload it without any editing.
Yes.
And they have huge channels.
Yeah. I admire that. I'm chicken. I'm not afraid of getting out here because people are just wonderful. I have found people are looking for a reason to help you.
Yeah.
Yes.
They actually are. If you look like you might need help, somebody's probably going to come up and say, do you need help with that? I love it. The sun is starting to get pretty there. So, and we've got some ladies over here starting the fire for tonight, and our circle is growing. People are coming in.
Diane, do you need my butterfly?
What?
We had anti-crags come by today offering us food or lady stuff.
Lady stuff. Okay. So, do we have any more comments? Anybody see any comments that we need? Loves is my Love's truck stop. Yeah. Oh, not all Love's truck stops let you stop. That's right. I was going across the Texas Panhandle my first year on 40. Mm-hmm. And I came across some truck stops there that are the size of a corner gas station. I wasn't going to stay there. And that's very true. I would check anywhere that I go and ask. Yep. You don't want to be having that knock in the middle of the night. And so many places do still let us, park for the night. So it's good to ask that first.
She has a question for you.
Yes.
Actually, a comment and then a question.
Yes.
Indian casinos.
Yes. Oh, those are the best.
They are the best.
The best.
Yep. Cheap food,
Yes.
security,
Yes.
great parking,
And good food.
fun.
Yes. Yay. I did my Western trip my first year. I stayed at a lot of casinos, and the Indian ones, the Native American ones, are the best. They are fancy. You do. You are far better off not just asking, but going in and registering that way, because they do have armed security. I mean, there is a heck of a lot of money in those places, and so they have not just cameras, but they have people patrolling the parking lot. So you do want to let them know you're there so that they're protecting not suspecting you.
You're very safe there because
You
they
are.
protecting you.
Yes, they are. It goes both. Yeah, definitely. And go inside whenever you stop somewhere. It's nice to go inside, get gas there, or patronize the place in some way, and make sure, of course, as always, and you already know this, make sure you leave it as good or better than you found it, and people will continue to welcome us in that kind of place. You have another question? Yeah, go ahead.
For the very first time, I used one of those showers
Uh-huh.
where you go and you pay.
Yeah.
Now it was in California, so of course it was $18.
Yeah.
But it was great. It was clean.
Yes, like a hotel.
It's like a hotel.
You're talking about truck stop.
Truck stops.
Yes.
Yes.
In fact, on my way, I'm going to be finding a truck stop to gas up, to do my laundry, and while my laundry's doing, I'll be taking a shower. Yeah, that's for
Felt
sure.
Wonderful. It
Yeah.
had been 3 days and it was heaven.
Yes, it's great. Okay. All right, everybody. I think we're going to wrap it up here. There, you can see the beginnings of a lovely sunset. I'm going to have some sunsets and some campfires and some travel and on my quartzite video that I'm going to be doing. And let's see. Someone didn't chase him away. Thank you, Wanda. That was nice of you. Truck stops have towels too. Yes, they do. I usually take my own, but it's nice to know that there are others there. You could dry your hair.
Yeah.
You know, it's really nice at a truck stop. Another thing I like about a truck stop is it doesn't close. If a Cracker Barrel closes and I'm the only one there, I'm looking for a truck stop. You know, truck stop travel center.
You can always bring in your food and use their microwaves and warm it up.
That's
in the
nice.
truck stop.
Yeah, but buy a drink or something, right?
Of course.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed that. I've enjoyed my travels, and do not take any of my videos as trying to recruit you into this. You need to, maybe you should try it. If you're watching this, you probably already kind of want to, or you wouldn't be watching this, right? And I suspect we're having a great time. Find some people that you have some things in common with, but find out if it's for you, because maybe it isn't for everybody. I think everybody would enjoy it, but if you're very fearful, if you do it, you're brave, and we admire you. So anybody, this will be on replay. So if you have questions that we didn't get to answer when it comes back up, it'll take it a while to process because we were on here kind of a long time. So after it processes, you can make comments on the replay, and I read every single comment. Sometimes it takes me a little while to get to them, and I don't give long answers, but I acknowledge every comment. And so I appreciate your comments, and we're going to say goodnight. Oh, first I have to show you this fire. Can you see that fire? Let me get it around there. Oh, there it is. There's the fire. That's going to be really nice. It's already still warm. Anyway, good night, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye. and we're signing off here.
Ladies, I have something for you if you're interested. I was gonna take it. I'm gonna